Let me ask you about sexual energy. Now, do you believe that, if we don't use our life force, we can use that for other areas?
Yeah, most definitely. So it's called creativity. And even you still using it for sex though. Everybody thinks sex is involved in penis and vagina, but it's not. All sex mean is the exchange of masculine and feminine energy. That's all sex is. And through that exchange, you create an idea. And through that creation of an idea, you move forth with it and then something manifests in the physical realm. That's what sex is. A penis and vagina come together. You exchange these bodily seminal fluids. From there, the creation come. It was the thought was sex because you had the desire through the limbic system. Oxytocin now is released through the brain. Through this oxytocin, dopamine is released. You have sex, you actually ejaculate into the woman. From that thought, you have the act, then the act produce a baby. This baby come from your thought. It was a thought first, it manifested into your seminal fluid called a seed. Through that seed, you had the act of sex, and through that sex, a creation come forth. Same thing with a business. Imagine you sitting down, because in order to create, you need to use the right hemisphere of your brain. The right hemisphere of your brain is the feminine side. The left hemisphere of your brain is what you would call the actual masculine side. That's where you get Abraham in the Bible. Sarah and Abraham, when you put that together, it says cerebellum. Even the Bible's talking about the hemi-syncing of your brain and raising your kundalini energy, killing the old man and becoming a new creature in the Christ consciousness. All this is talking about sexual energy. So for instance, you have an idea. All right, so the rational side or the masculine side says, I need to protect, provide, and take care of myself. That's masculine. The actual feminine side, which is the right side, is going to say, well, I need to come up with an idea for I can do those masculine things. So now your left and your right hemisphere of your brain starts interconnecting. Dendrites and melanin neurotransmitter are now sharing information. This is called sex. So from this sex, you create a better idea. Now you get into entrepreneurship and you say, you know what, I'm finna start up an LLC. The LLC is your new baby. You put a name on it, you probably put an S Corp on it, then you fund that entity. And then from you funding that entity, you go out and you do the work and you get paid for your self-employment, right? For being out here grinding in the streets. When you get that money back, you just received your reward for your due diligence of having sex, which was creating that idea. Now a whole baby come from that and you benefit from the child. So even when you look at a business idea, that's sex. When you can have a conversation with somebody and you gain some type of exchange from it, that's sex. Whenever you can create something and through that exchange, you benefit from it, that's sexual energy. So when you see artists, they're in a feminine side. When you see brothers rapping, even though they rapping about killing, that's the feminine side to be able to come up with lines and creativity. When you see people more in a logical side, jumping out of airplanes, fighting, that's all masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? Mathematics, feminine side. Social studies will be more masculine. Whenever you have to articulate and express, that's the feminine side. And we are more feminine than masculine. That's why we have daughter cells. That's why you have something called the mitochondria organelle. All of this is the feminine aspect of man plus the right brain. So your spiritual side is your feminine side. Just because it's feminine don't mean that it's homosexual or that makes you gay. It just means you're using your feminine side. Dark energy is feminine side. You know what I'm saying? Light energy is masculine side. Men are electrical. Women are magnetic. A woman want to know how you feel. A man want to know what you think. It's different. That's why we communicate different. Men think with their frontal lobe. You know what I'm saying? Most women think with their cerebellum. Women brains, the right side of women brains is bigger than the right side of man brain. And that's the reason why when man and woman come together, it creates God. All men have to come with those necessities. He have to provide, he have to protect, he have to be proactive, and he have to pleasure the woman. And he have to produce. So we're gonna call these the 5 Ps. So a man have to protect what he produce, and he have to protect his children and his wife. After he protect what he produce, he have to provide what he produced for who he's protecting. All right, in order to get all this done, this is gonna take all his energy, time, and focus. So now while you're providing, protecting, and producing and making children, while you away doing these things, you need somebody at home doing these same things, because the woman mirrors the man, doing these same things at home for the children, right? So if you away, you're working being the man, then who is at home raising the seeds? The Yeladim or the Yeladim in Hebrew. So that's what women come in for. So the man have the vision. He have a vision of creating a home. He go provide, he get the wood, He start building and working and frame the home. He hang the drywall. He get everything right. The house is then complete in his head. But then you have the feminine aspect. She come in and say, okay, this is a house, but I'm gonna make this motherfucker a home. I'm gonna make sure I decorate. I'm gonna put the couches in this mug. I'm gonna put art right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure the table is looking right. So now the house is a home. So the man had the vision, the woman got the vision done. Notice the man didn't get that shit done. It took that feminine aspect to actually make the house a home. A woman bring that completion to a man, bro. She complete the man. Another thing, the man say, I'm finna go get food. So he provide the food in the house. He put the food on the table. The woman come behind him and she turned the food he provided into a meal. Completion. He thinking about sex. Even though his biological clock thinking about reproducing. He's always giving. The woman is always receiving. And through that receiving, she turned it into completion. That's what a woman is for. A man, he lay in his woman, he ejaculate in his woman, he till and plant its seed. Without that woman, he can't plant his seed. Won't no baby be produced. So the man, the vision, the thought, I need to reproduce and procreate. Same thing with money. Give a goddess and a wife $10,000. And give her the vision. You ain't even gotta tell her what, just give her the vision with the money. She gonna turn that motherfucker into $1 million. That's it. That's it.
That was the best explanation I ever heard in my life. Swear to God.
That's it. So, yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, man, we having sex all day. Sex ain't just putting your penis in a vagina, brother. It's creating something through exchange of energy.